Up to this point in the module, we have examined several useful formulas for helping us solve probability questions. These formulas, however, are of little value if we're unable to determine which one or which ones we need to use for a given problem. So in this lesson, we'll learn how to rewrite questions so that it becomes clear which formulas we need to use. Let's begin with this question. Here we are randomly selecting two numbers from the given set, and we want to find the probability that the product of the two selected numbers is positive. Now at this point, it's not clear which probability formula we should apply here. So our goal is to rewrite the probability so that we might gain some insight into how to proceed from here. To help us rewrite this probability, we'll ask, what must occur in order to get a positive product here? Well, for two numbers to have a positive product, both numbers must have the same sign. So we can rewrite our probability as follows. At this point, it's still not clear which probability formula should be applied to this question. So let's ask another question, what must occur for both numbers to have the same sign? Well, there are two ways in which the two selected numbers can have the same sign. Both numbers can be positive, or both numbers can be negative. Now we're making some progress. We have taken the probability of the two numbers having a positive product and rewritten it as the probability that the two selected numbers are both positive or both negative. Now that we have rewritten the probability using the word OR, we can apply the OR probability formula. Since the two events here are mutually exclusive, we can eliminate this part of the formula and now rewrite the probability as the sum of two probabilities. Now to find these two individual probabilities, we'll still need to do some more rewriting. Let's work on this probability first. Now since it is unclear which probability formula we need to apply here, let's ask the question, what must occur in order for both numbers to be positive? Well, for this to occur, the first number must be positive and the second number must be positive. So this is an AND probability, which means we will apply one of our two AND probability formulas. Since these two events are dependent, we will apply the formula for dependent events and rewrite our probability as follows. Now to find the probability that both selected numbers are negative, we can use the same steps to get the following. Now at this point we're almost done. Since the purpose of this lesson is to practice rewriting probabilities, I'm going to leave it to you to perform the required calculations to solve this question. When you do this, you will find that the answer here is 3/7. Okay, now let's examine another question. Here, a teacher is randomly selecting two students from a group of 4 boys and 4 girls, and we want to find the probability that the selection contains at least one boy. Once again, it is unclear which probability formula we need to apply here. So let's see if we can rewrite the probability. To help us, we'll ask the question, what must occur in order to have at least one boy selected? Well, for the two selected children to include at least one boy, we would need to have one boy selected or 2 boys selected. At this point, we have rewritten the probability as an OR probability. Since the two events here are mutually exclusive, we can rewrite this as the sum of two probabilities. Now at this point, we still need to take further steps to find these two probabilities. Rather than do that, however, let's look at another way to solve this question. Since the question involves at least, we should see if using the complement here will make our calculations easier. So when we apply the complement formula, we see that the probability of selecting at least one boy is equal to 1 minus the probability of not selecting at least one boy. Now, not selecting at least one boy is the same as selecting 0 boys, and for this question, selecting 0 boys is the same as selecting all girls. From here, we'll ask, what must occur in order for the selection to contain all girls? Well, the first selection must be a girl, and the second selection must be a girl. This is an AND probability, which means we will apply one of our two AND probability formulas. Since these two events are dependent, we will apply the formula for dependent events and rewrite the probability as follows. Now from here, I'm going to leave it to you to answer the question. If you perform the calculations correctly, you will see that the answer here is 11/14. Alright, let's summarize. In this lesson, we examined some of the questions you should be asking in order to take probability questions and break them down into their most basic components. The questions include, what must occur to get this outcome? Will it be faster to use the complement? Are the events involved mutually exclusive? And are the events independent?